ahead and settle in. Whether you're lying down on your mat or sitting up, take a moment to find a position that lets you be still for a while without fighting your body. Your candle is in front of you, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But for right now, let's just start with the eyes closed. Take a slow breath in through your nose and try to fill yourself all the way up. Belly first, then ribs, then chest. When you get there, hold it just for a beat and then let it out slowly through your mouth. As you exhale, let everything you walked in here with go with it. The day, the week, whatever's still on your mind, none of it's going anywhere. It'll all still be there when we're done. All right, one more breath, and this time, when you get to the top of the inhale, see if you can notice that little space of stillness right before the exhale starts. It's a tiny moment where nothing is moving, and most of us never notice it. Now you can let your breath go back to its own rhythm. You don't have to manage it anymore. Your body knows what to do. And in fact, when you stop driving it, you'll probably find it gets quieter on its own, slower, easier, a little more honest. While the breath does its thing, we're going to take a few moments to move through the body. Most of us spend most of our time living from the neck up, so this is just a chance to come back home to the rest of you. Nothing fancy. We'll just breathe into each place and let it settle. Bring your attention up to your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let everything go soft. Let your eyes rest, even though they're closed. Let your jaw come unclenched, with your teeth just slightly apart. A lot of us hold our jaws shut all day long without even realizing it. Now down into your neck and shoulders. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, let your shoulders drop. They've probably crept up towards your ears already, and that's all right. Just let them come down again. Every exhale, a little softer. Now down to your arms, all the way to your hands and fingers. Breathe in. And exhale, let everything go soft. There's nothing to hold on to right now. Into your chest, your heart space. Take a full breath in and let it really expand here. And on the exhale, let it all go. down into your stomach, your solar plexus. This is one of those places that carries a lot for us. Anxiety, worry, the things we don't quite want to feel. Just notice what's there without needing to do anything about it. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, let it all soften. Into your lower belly. Breathe in here and let this place really expand. Most of us never let our belly be soft. We're holding it in all day long. Just for now, let it be full and round and easy. And on the exhale, releasing. Now down into your hips, your seat, your lower back. Breathe in. And on the exhale, let yourself be heavy. The ground or your mat is holding you up just fine. You don't have to do anything. And down through your thighs, your knees, your calves. Breathing in and exhaling, letting it all go. And all the way down into your feet, the soles, the toes, all of it. Take a long breath all the way down into your feet and exhale, letting them be still. Now take one more full breath through the whole body, head to feet. Inhale up the whole length of you. And exhale all the way down into the ground. You're here, the body and the breath working together. Nothing you have to do, just here. If you've been lying down, go ahead and slowly come up to a comfortable seated position now. Take your time with it. Let your spine find its alignment. Your candle is right there in the front of you on the floor. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Soft gaze. Just lower your eyes towards the candle in front of you. Start at the very base of the candle. Just see it sitting there. The wax, the holder, the shape of it. Then let your gaze travel slowly up the side of the candle, up to the top, and then up to the flame. Settle your eyes right where the flame meets the wick. Not the flickering tip. That part dances around too much to focus on. The steady part, the bright part, just above the wick. That's the spot. That's where your gaze rests for the next couple minutes. Soft and easy. You're not staring. You're not straining. Just looking. Now, before we go any further, Let's take a minute to talk about what we're actually doing here. Because if you don't know the point of it, it can start to feel like nothing's happening, and your mind will check out. This is called candle gazing, and it's an old practice, thousands of years old. And you can find versions of it in lots of different traditions around the world. The point is pretty simple. We're training the muscles of our focused awareness. The ability to put your attention on one thing and keep it there, on purpose, for longer than just a few seconds. That probably doesn't sound like a big deal until you realize how rarely most of us actually do it. The truth is we're all scattered. All of us. We live in a world that's been training our attention in the opposite direction every minute of the day. Phones, screens, schedules, notifications, an endless flow of input coming at us all the time. By the time most of us sit down to do something like this, our attention is already in 100 pieces. We've been trained to skim and scroll and switch all day long. And that's not a moral failure, that's just where we are. Nobody's at fault. It's the water we've been swimming in. And some of us have a particular flavor of scattered. Maybe you've been told you have ADD or ADHD or anxiety. Maybe you've decided your brain just doesn't work this way and you've made peace with that. And real things are real. Those diagnoses describe something true for a lot of people, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But just notice if the label has quietly stopped being a description of you and started being a shield for you. A reason to opt out before you've even tried. I can't focus, I have ADD. I can't sit still, that's not how I'm wired. The diagnosis isn't really the obstacle. The story you tell yourself about it can be. The way it can quietly become a permanent identity instead of a starting point. This practice isn't asking you to be neurotypical. It's not asking you to be naturally good at focusing. It's just asking you to come back. That's the whole thing. Whatever your brain does, however it's wired, you can notice when you've left, and you can choose to come back. That's it. Coming back isn't reserved for people whose brains work a certain way. It's reserved for the willing. And really, that's why these are called practices in the first place. We're not naturally good at them. That's the whole reason they exist. We have to practice over and over, imperfectly, without expecting to be good at it right away. The point isn't to never be distracted. The point is to notice when you've left and to come back to the flame. That's the whole muscle right there. The drifting and the returning. The returning is what builds it. So whatever your mind does in the next few minutes, and it'll do plenty, that's not failure. That's the gym. Every time you come back is one more rep. So for the next few minutes, you and this small flame are just going to be in a relationship. You're going to look at it, and it's going to keep doing what it's doing whether you're paying attention or not. And every time you wander off and come back, you're getting a little stronger. You'll notice your eyes wanting to do all kinds of things. They'll want to dart around, scan the room, check what other people are doing, drift towards anything more interesting than this one little flame. That's just what eyes do. It's what the mind does. We rarely look at one thing for long. So when you notice it happening, just bring your attention back. Not with force, not with frustration, just gently. The way you call a kid back from running too far ahead. Now really look at the flame. Take it in. Notice the colors, the blue at the base, the deep yellow rising up, the way the tip flickers and reaches. Notice that the shape is always changing. It's not the same flame from one moment to the next. Even though it looks like one thing, it's actually a continuous becoming. A constant burning of fuel and a constant releasing of light. Notice how it moves with the air in the room, with your breath, with currents you can't even feel on your own skin. The flame feels everything. Stay with it. Your eyes might start to water after a little bit, and that's fine. Let them. It's actually part of the practice, not a sign you're doing something wrong. The watering is just what eyes do when they're really looking at one thing for a long time. Some traditions even say the practice isn't really happening until the tears come. So just let them. Blink whenever you need to. There's no test here, no score. You're just looking. You may also notice your mind starting to commentate. This is interesting. This is boring. How long has it been? Is this candle going to last forever? Did I leave the stove on? That's just what the mind does. It's a comment-making machine, and it can't really help itself. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to follow it either. Just notice what it's doing, the same way you're noticing the flame, and come back. Back to the flame. There's something honest about a candle when you really look at it. It doesn't perform, it doesn't pretend, it doesn't try to be anything than what it is. It just burns. And it uses what it has, a little wax, a little oxygen, a small wick, and it gives off light and heat for as long as it can. That's all it's doing, and that's all it has to do. This is the practice now, just you and the flame. When the mind wanders off, and it will, just come back to the flame. When the eyes drift, and they will, just come back to the flame. When the body fidgets, and it will, just come back to the flame. The returning is the practice, not the staying, the returning. If you've drifted off to the past, to tomorrow, to the list of things still undone, just come back. No judgment, just back, just returning. If you find yourself returning, see if you can notice where you went, just for a second. Don't make a story out of it. Don't analyze it. Just see, the same way you're seeing the flame. Was it the past, the future, a memory, a worry, a plan, a face? Whatever it was, just notice it and come back to the flame. This is part of the practice too. Not just returning, but seeing where you go when you leave. The mind has its favorite places. The same handful of rooms it keeps wandering into over and over. Notice them, but don't get pulled in. Notice them the way you'd notice the weather from a distance without needing to do anything about it. And then return. Nothing has to happen here. You don't have to feel anything special. You don't have to see anything profound. You don't have to have everything figured out. The whole practice is really just looking into the flame, noticing when you're left, coming back, and looking at the flame again. Now soften your gaze a little. Let your eyes go a little blurry so the flame becomes more of a glow than a sharp shape. And then gently let your eyes close. Notice the after image behind your eyelids. Maybe a green or a blue echo of the flame still there. It might fade or shift around or disappear and come back. Just Just notice whatever it's doing. Rest here. Nothing to do, nothing to find. Just be still. And stay with the breath. The flame is still there in front of you, even though you can't see it. The room is still here. The floor is still here. You haven't gone anywhere. When you're ready, gently open your eyes again. Find the flame and settle your gaze right where it was. This practice, this returning, is something you can take with you anywhere. It works with breath, it works with the flame, it works with the sound, it works with the sensation in your hands. The objects change, but the practice is the same. You return, you return, you return. The flame just makes it a little easier, gives the eyes something to do while the rest of you settles. As you settle back into the room, feel free to take a few deep breaths.